we just like picked a few keywords just to kind of see what we could do. And this was a couple days ago. And then, pretty quick, we started taking over. I think the last I checked, we had like over 50 different keyword combinations where we had more than one position on the page for all kinds of different things. And this is going to kind of lead us into our methodology, is that we're always looking for two things. We're looking to be able to dominate a niche, number one, but we also want to dominate in a way that we're going after high intent type keywords and different combinations. And that doesn't mean that any one of these highly targeted, high intent keywords means that, oh, that's getting 1 million visits a day. No, but we can aggregate hundreds of them very quickly and be able to take that aggregate effect. And that actually turns into some serious opportunity and serious traffic. So when people are looking for lead gen call tracking apps or best lead gen call tracking software, things like that, man, they're going to end up stumbling upon Callzoo one way or another. We've done lots of these, but we're going to dive in even deeper into our methodologies behind this. But I just wanted to show you this because we can apply this to pretty much anything we want to, and it's a lot of fun just to be able to kind of just sit there and know that without guessing, without worrying about getting slapped around, without any nonsense or BS, we can pretty much predict our success and predict our results. And so let me go through the process of kind of what led to that. So here's another case that I'm going to go through with you guys right now. All right, anybody familiar with the costs associated with like having a retrofit solar energy system put in a home? Anybody want to take a stab at what that costs? I mean, guys, for those of you doing lead gen and local SEO stuff, I'm going to tell you right now, this is an awesome niche. If you're not in it, I'm going to. Okay, cool. We got 7,500, 25K, 20K, 20K. Man, you guys are smart. It's right there. It's like in between that 10 and 20K mark. It's pretty standard. You guys know your stuff. Good. 25K plus. Yes. I mean, you can do like a little simple generate backup generators for a lot less than that, right? But we're talking like whole off the grid stuff. Yeah, we're talking big money, right? So in Frisco, where I live here in Texas, there's about 200,000 people. It's lots of growth here in Frisco. And I looked at this. I said, wow, this is wide open. I can pretty much come in here and dominate this, knowing that an electrical contractor that lands these jobs is going to get $10,000 and above. So that's a high ticket deal for them. So I don't have to work too hard to be able to have a very easy, no-brainer return on their investment for owning this asset. Because here's the deal. This is a turnkey thing. I've already got all these results. I have all these results. I have this site. I have this asset. All these different links and all this different stuff leads to the same lead generating machine, right? So I can pretty much just like hand a set of keys over to an electrical contractor and say, this is all yours. Now, that's one way to monetize it. How else can I monetize this? Okay, I'm going to ask you, like, how else could you monetize this? Anybody want to guess? Yeah, Mitch, that's true. Dallas Cowboys have their headquarters here, correct. You can sell individual leads. Yes. You can do pay-per-call. Absolutely. You can rent it out. Yes. You can sell the leads. Man, this is all correct. You can, boom. Tina, you just said one there, CPA. All right, Tina, you know what? I'm going to tell you, put your PayPal email in there right now because you tackle this thing it's like you read my mind. Put your PayPal email, we're sending you $20. Yes, so this is what we call the easy method. This is method one. All right, you can go and you can grab yourself something like, there's this pay-per-call deal. You guys are very familiar with pay-per-call, and we love pay-per-call. We think it's a great marriage between the digital landlord and SEO type model, because this is something that allows you to make some money quick. You don't even have to get a client to get started when you just go and grab yourself a pay-per-call affiliate deal right here. They're paying $50 every lead that comes through there. But that's pretty simple to do. I can even put a product in there that's going to pay me a commission if I want to. But here's the big picture. Let me just show you this. Like, feel free to screenshot this because most of our business in what we call the digital asset or digital real estate looks like this. Okay, we have over here on the left-hand side, you see that dotted line over there, over all that stuff over the left is what we call the lazy method. All right, you put up your simple site. All right, and in that example, you saw friscosolarpower.com, and then you can basically have yourself an affiliate leads type offer where you just hook up a phone number to that thing, and boom, in this case, you get $50 a call. You can even, if you want to, you can throw in a DIY solar guide there if you want to. It's up to you if you want to do that or not, right? And that's to pay, that's example, $30 as a commission. Now, the big money for us, my favorite thing is to lease that thing out. Just to lease it out. Now, one of the things we'll talk about later is how we can actually lease it out and do kind of a 1-2 punch where we can lease it out and also augment it with a pay-per-call stuff. So we'll talk about that later. But just to keep it simple right now, lease that thing out just to get a straight $1,000 a month or somewhere between $600 and $1,000 a month. And that's pretty standard. I mean, that's a pretty no-brainer deal. We know that a job, they land a job doing this stuff, it's going to be worth $10,000 and up for most of the time, right? Now, if we're talking it's between, $6,000 and $12,000 a year for an entire year of having this, man, they pretty much land one single job for the whole year, and they've at least achieved a small ROI, or they at least broke it even at minimum. When they get 2 jobs, they doubled their money. So that's the deal. That's how we really like to look at this stuff. Is like make it a no-brainer deal. So I'm going to get paid 10 grand, but they're going to get, every deal they get is going to be pretty much just, bring in more. So we can look at this and just say, okay, just keep it a lazy method at 4 calls a month and at 5 sales of that affiliate product. Well, that's an easy $350 a month, right? And whoops, I got all this stuff. So that's an easy $350 a month right there. And that's very passive. You don't even have to deal with the person to do that. But, obviously leasing it out gets you even more. So we can look at that as like I kind of call it the vending machine approach, all right, that lazy way versus the full-on landlord approach, right? And here are the steps. We start by, picking a niche, pick keywords. We gather some content. We have some easy ways to do that. We'll talk more about it if you want to. We love to make a quick video. And for those of you who've never heard of this, write this down and check it out. It's called Adobe Spark, and it's free, and it's awesome. You can create really great explainer type videos. We'd love to post that to YouTube. We like to start just getting the ground fertile by getting some stuff out there that we know can rank pretty quickly. Then we start setting up a 3 to 5 page site using Ignytr. We publish that thing, submit it, and then we're ready to make some money from it. We can easily go and make it a turnkey, no-brainer deal. And once we've done all that, we can just start scaling it. We can just take this thing and basically just like clone that and repeat, wash, rinse, repeat, and just take over an entire niche, all over the country, all over the world, anywhere we want, and just go after multiple niches and different types of parallel niches if we want to. But let's start with the prep work, okay? Now, here's how we do it. We start with picking that niche. Now, here's what's really important. This is I think so overlooked by so many people. Say, oh, what's a good niche? And I'll just tell you what a good niche is. It's anything that's a high value, easy ROI niche, a high ticket niche. Always avoid the poodle fluffers. All right, avoid those poodle fluffers. Dan, do you want to tell people what a poodle fluffer is?
Yeah, a poodle fluffer is somebody that fluffs poodles. That's basically what we call them. And there's nothing wrong with poodle fluffers, to be honest. But we don't want to really waste our time with it because it takes them too long, too many services to service other customers in order to make it worth their while to pay us big money. So let's say you have like a hairstylist that works at Supercuts or something like that, and they're responsible for bringing in their own clientele, and they make about $8 to $10 profit off each haircut that they do. Well, if you want to charge them $500 a month, that is a buttload of haircuts in order to do that. So they might only be willing to invest $50 a month in their marketing, and $50 a month would not be very good for you because then you would need 1,000 customers in order to make the same kind of money that you can make with just 100 or 10 customers.
Exactly, and that's the deal. Is like it's just looking at the kind of numbers there. It's not to say that there's that somebody who fluffs a poodle $5 a fluff is doing something wrong. It's just saying like, man, if I want to collect just $1,000 a month for this thing, I want to collect that. They've got to fluff a lot of poodles to justify that, just to break even on that. So I'm just going to avoid that altogether because there are so many other opportunities out there. Does anybody want us to tell you what the big three are? What the big three are? These are the three that probably 90% of everything we do is inside these three. You want us to tell you, just to spoon feed that to you? Okay, let's do it. All right, they fit in these are what we call the categories, the categorical niches, okay? Because each one of these has a whole ton of sub-niches inside it, right? Okay, so we're going to start with the first one, health and medical, okay? Health and medical, that's the first one. That can be chiropractors, that can be back pain specialists, that can be sleep medicine doctors, that can be cosmetic surgeons, dermatologists, you name it. Then that could be diabetes specialists. It could be so many different things, but it's a health and medical. There's a lot of different subgenres in there that we love. We especially love going into like very targeted, specific needs. Like we're gonna be showing you one case study on orthodontics and braces and Invisalign. We love going in after very specific needs like that, or even ailments. So that's one of the things we go after. If you're in there, that's a great place to go. Now the second one, all right, yeah. Tom already kind of guessed these first two, but yeah, because Tom said doctors and lawyers. Yeah, legal is the second big of the big three. Now this can be criminal attorneys. This can be IP protection attorneys, patent attorneys, bankruptcy lawyers, divorce lawyers, all kinds of different things, right? And this can be personal injury lawyers are great. I'm sure a lot of you are doing some stuff in there, right? Now, anybody want to guess what the third one is? Because some of you guessed these first two pretty easily. Man, look at this. Who said it first here? Did Jan or Rob? Man, Jan, Rob, and Lynn. It's like right about the same time you guys said this. Dan, who's that go to? Who won that? Or should we just give all three of them? They all got it. All right, you know what? Jan, Rob, Lynn, put in your PayPal email addresses because you just got $20 by saying, yes, home improvement. Absolutely. This happens to be my favorite of all of them. That solar thing, I mean, probably should have given it away, right? But home improvement, that could be your outdoor construction contractors, pool builders. That can be kitchen remodeling people. That can be home theater installers, solar panel installers. That's all these different things. And home improvement is great. It's so awesome because there's so many high-ticket things, and those of you who don't really realize it yet, man, you just haven't been in a home long enough. Because like 2, 3, 4 months ago, that was 4 months ago now, I had this like 3 a.m. thing happen where we woke up to all of our smoke alarms going off because our hot water heater had burst in the attic. Yeah, some genius thought it was a great idea to install a big ass hot water heater that holds a bunch of water in an attic of a 2-story home, because they didn't realize that gravity is a thing. But gravity is a thing, and so when the water starts leaking out, well, hell, it just wreaks havoc in your house. And my God, I didn't realize how many different contractors would be involved in that mess. We had plumbers, drywall repair people, water mitigation people, flooring. I mean, we had to bring in all kinds of inspectors to make sure there was no mold damage. Man, it was a nightmare. Thank goodness, we were covered under our insurance and stuff. But wow, it was still like a crazy thing. And it was just a reminder, like how many different, like specialists there are in that home improvement area. So once we've picked a niche, okay, if you stick in those big three, you're probably in good shape right there. Then you want to pick your keyword. We start with just 5 core keywords. We're looking for winnable and buyer intent, okay, where it's like, think about an XY axis, where one side of that is, like low competition, but the other side of that is high buyer intent. And we're looking for where those cross is the most possible, where we can find those. That's where we're going to plant our flags. So let's explore some numbers, though, because we're always aiming whenever we do this. Right? We know we're going to spend about 2-3 hours doing this. I'll show you how easy that is. But whenever we do this, we're aiming for something that's going to bring us between $5,000 and $10,000 per year. Well, at 12 of those, that's $60,000 to $120,000 a year, and that is recurring. We're not interested in doing something once and getting paid once. We want to do something once and get paid over and over and over again. That's how we want to do it, right? Now, as you'll see, each one of these can be done really in under 2 hours, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that and show you how easy it is to get the hang of this. So I want you to really understand how we get involved in this land grab. So let's stick with this orthodontist and braces thing that I kind of mentioned before, because this is kind of the foundation. This is the simple thing. If you can understand this, everything becomes really easy. If you can understand like what I have in this simple like screen, these 3 little screenshots, everything becomes easy. Now, we do this little thing, and some of you old like SEO jaded people out here, you understand what this is when we throw quotation marks around it. But Dan, do you want to go ahead and explain to people like how we pick a keyword and why we use this methodology as kind of our starting point?
Yeah, for those of you that don't know why we do this, and it's just insane. It's like when you have this knowledge of what we're going to show you right here, it's like you have a superpower over anybody else out there. I mean, people still get amazed. It's like a magic trick, like where you can walk around and you got like a rabbit in your pocket at all times, and you just pull it out and be like, look, I got a rabbit. And they're like, whoa. So what it is, for those of you who don't know, is when you're searching Google and you don't use quotation marks. So let's say, for example, Irvine braces, right? You can see the top example right there. When you don't do it with quotation marks, you're saying, hey, Google, only show me the results of all the pages and all the sites and videos and everything out there, all the content out on the web that has the words Irvine and braces anywhere on the pages or on the site, right? When you put the quotation marks on, you're saying, hey, Google, only show me the words Irvine and braces and in that order, right? Now, one thing about Irvine and braces is it's not a buyer intent keyword. I mean, most people don't, and if they do, if you've ever made the mistake of just searching like dentist and your city name and then seeing like all the junk show up, you're just like, man, I need to get a little more specific here, right? Then you start searching like, okay, well, braces quote or braces cost or something like that. And then you put in your city name. Whether you put in or not, it doesn't really matter because, the near me, the whole location, because Google knows where you are at all times. So it doesn't really matter. But, once you get to the buyer intent keywords, then people start like, they're ready to take action. They're ready to purchase. They're in an emergency basically where they're like, look, I need this and I need to know the price. And when you search with quotation marks like braces, quotes Irvine, like in that bottom left example right there, the buyer intent keyword, you throw the quotation marks in and you're saying, Google, only pull back these results. Well, without the quotation marks, it'll be a couple million results. With the quotation marks, as you can see on there, it actually says 0 down there at the very bottom. It says no results found. That is what Ben was saying is when you can plant your flag and have some beachfront property for 0 to almost no effort at all. It's amazing. Whereas if you were to search Irvine braces quotation marks, there's like over 1 million competing sites. They're all competing for that. Now, we didn't just pull these keywords out of our butt. This is actually, this was suggested by Google of what people are actually searching and looking for. And it could be anywhere from, 10 to 100 searches a day, and some of them are depends on the city or anything like that. But again, if you look at what dentists actually will make off of just selling one of these services, one of these braces, I mean, it's quite a bit of money, especially for things like Invisalign and stuff like that. It's pretty damn crazy.
This tells us exactly where to go. Now, when it says no results found, I'll just reiterate this because I don't want anybody to be confused. That has nothing to do with search volume. Zero. Nothing to do with search volume. It only has to do with competition level. These keywords came up in Google Suggest. When you start typing in something, and Google starts, finishing your sentence for you, these are the keywords that came, which means it already has search volume. It doesn't suggest things that have zero search volume, right? So we already know that there are searches. Now, what it tells us when we put quotation marks on there and it says no results, it has nothing to do with traffic, ability to get traffic, right? It has nothing to do with volume of search. It only has to do with the fact that nobody was smart enough to go after it. So that's where I'm going to start planting my flag.
Yeah, let me try and give another example because we had a couple people saying, can you please explain that again in another way? Let's say you have a vase, right? An old vase from your grandma, right? and you have no idea what it's worth, right? Well, you go online and you input what kind of vase it is, what the serial number at the bottom or who it was made by or something like that, or you take it in to have it appraised, and then somebody says okay, well, this is worth $100,000, right? Well, it's just kind of like an appraising kind of thing. So for us, when we search with quotation marks and we see it comes back saying no results found, that's telling us, oh, this keyword is so freaking valuable because nobody was smart enough to target it. And like Ben said, it has nothing to do with search volume. It has nothing to do with, so if it says no results, that means nobody's looking for it. No, it has nothing to do with it. All it is Google saying, look, nobody was smart enough. No other, services, no other dentists were smart enough to actually rank their site for these keywords. And these are wide open for you to go after. This is beachfront property for you.
Yeah. So right now, the only people that would be ranking for them is just because there's nothing else, right? So we can go and give it something right now. Once we have this intel, we'll go start gathering our content. We have a very easy way of doing that, but I'll get into that later if we want to do that. But once we have this stuff, man, we're ready just to build it and rank it. So let's discuss that. The process of doing that, because we're just going to use Ignytr because Ignytr already has all the technical geeky stuff built in. That's not black hat and everything. It makes it easy for us to build it, frame it, and put in that content, rank it, and just make it easy. Now, after we've done all that, we just submit our properties to Google directly. And if we want a little extra power, we give it what we call the Google Love and Amazon Love. And you saw a little kind of taste of that a couple minutes ago when we showed you what we did for Chris there. Now, what does that really mean? What is Google Love? What is Amazon Love? I mean, let's just show you, okay? If I bring up this, braces quotes for skill, right? We take over pretty much the entire first page and then part of the second page for a lot of these keywords. Like we have over 100 keywords. We're taking over like half or the whole page for Frisco orthodontic stuff. Now, if you look at those first three, when we took the screenshot, these first three results, that's our Ignytr site. That's our main money site. That's all roads lead to that, right? Now that fourth one right there, the one who isn't us, is this appleortho.com. Now that's somebody who would very easily be convinced that, man, we're surrounding you. We've pushed you down on all these keywords. Man, I can just hand this all over to you, point everything to you, give you the full reign of every phone call that comes through this. Every time somebody fills out the contact form from this, I can give that to you. That's somebody who would pay for it, right? Now then you look down there below that and you see, there's a couple others here. We got this blog thing, and we've got this Amazon PDF link here. Well, that's Google Love and that's Amazon Love. We use that to add to our what we call footprint. See, we're way beyond, because everything we do is completely white hat. I'm talking crystal clear, pristine, white snow, white hat. And because of that, we're not we're not going to say anything negative about it. But if you're still doing the PBN stuff, the private blog network stuff, you have to be careful. Well, we don't have to be careful and hide footprints. We can just outwardly just go for it and just try to take up the biggest footprint possible, because our goal is to dominate an entire niche of keywords fast, and we want to do it really easily. And so we use this technology to make that super simple. So once we've done all that, once we have all that love, we're able to go rent it, because guess what? I'm not showing up with some promise of something that I might or might not do. I'm not even promising some random thing. I'm actually showing up with results in my hand, ready to go, turnkey results. I have this. I can this is already materialized. So either you can have this weapon, right? We can look at it like a weapon, right? Or I could give this weapon to your competitor to use against you. It's up to you. A very powerful position. Do people understand the psychology behind that? When you lead in with having results like that you can make it very obvious that, hey, either you can have these results right now or your competitor can have them. Either way, somebody's going to pay me for this, right? Totally. Okay, nice. Okay, now, how do we price this? Well, I'm going to show you how easy this is to price this. We like to use value-based pricing. And the simplest way to do that is just going right over to Google AdWords, okay? And this is probably like one of the most useful things for AdWords, okay, because their normal use of the keyword planner, in my opinion, is pretty much nonsense because they don't really give you truly accurate monthly searches. Because we have keywords, we look at our stats and some of our data, we have keywords that say not enough data. They have like hundreds of visits a month coming from, but Google's keyword tool, right, say not enough data or 0. So, whatever. But one thing that's useful of this is seeing what it costs to get a keyword. All right, that's what I really love to see. I love to see what people have to pay to play. Now, I'm going to just look at this, and this is how I usually do it. I usually put a couple of like my main keywords, but usually I put some broad ones because that's how a lot of people just do it. They're going after these broad keywords and all these things. So I just want to get an idea. I'm only doing this for the sake of understanding what an orthodontist in the North Texas, in the Frisco area, because Frisco is kind of in the Dallas area. So you see, I mix it up, Dallas and Frisco there. I want to see what they have to pay to play, because if I know that, I can easily figure out a justification for what I'm offering. Right now, here's how it works. Like, we already know that, somebody getting braces or Invisalign, like an average price is pretty easy to say, pretty safe to say, around $6,000 is what they're looking at getting, what an orthodontics person or orthodontics practice would get for a new patient coming in for braces or Invisalign, right? Now, I can kind of look at what the suggested bids on some of those keywords are if you look over there in that suggested bid column, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it, say it's around $15, right? Because you got $30 in the high, just or almost $30 and then $10. So we just say, it's around $15 just to eyeball that thing, right? Now, question to everybody here. When a business goes into Google AdWords and decides to buy that pay-per-click traffic, okay, do they buy just one click? Yes or no? Does anybody just say, yep, I've got about $15, I'm going to drop my $15 this month and buy my one click? Anybody, and whenever they do it, they always say it in that accent, by the way. Okay, no, of course not. Now, would they buy 20 clicks? Would that be a good investment just to buy 20 clicks? Nope. Okay, you're all correct. No, it's not. 100 clicks? That might be enough to test. 200 might be enough just to do some testing, but I'm going to call it 200. I'm going to call it 200 because I honestly do not believe 200 is enough to really call it super valid, but let's just say that's just a benchmark number. That's kind of how I played it, just on experience. Like, the big companies out there are going to be doing a lot more than that, obviously, but locally, we'll just call it 200, right? So at 200, that's $3,000. So that we're estimating that just to play the game, just to be on the damn board, if they want to pay to play, they're spending at least $3,000 a month. Can everybody agree that, with the logic behind that? Yes? Can you agree with the logic behind how I arrived at $3,000 a month without just pulling a number out of my ass? Okay, cool. All right, yes. All right, cool. Now, if we look at that over a 12-month period, all right, they're going to do this annually. That's $36,000 a year. And, if we just kind of look at the ROI, okay, they'll easily grab, just 2 to 3 deals. Just 2 to 3 deals, that's $12,000 to $18,000 that they are getting. Now, they'll probably get more than that if they're spending $3,000 a month, I'd hope. But if I were to say, hey, you can have my turnkey property that has over 50 or even over 100 different keyword combinations that's dominating, okay, that's dominating for high intent keywords, and you can have it for $500 to $900 a month. Let me ask you, is that now an easy to sell value proposition? Does that value proposition work for you? Yes or no? I mean, if I say, man, you're spending, to play this game, you'd have to spend $3,000 a month, or you're spending over $3,000 a month now. Well, I can get you in the game even more at $500, $900 a month for the organic traffic, which we all know gets more play. It gets a lot more play. And this is you can sell this to David or Goliath, by the way, because the Goliath is already spending that $36,000 plus a year. It looks at it like, shit, man, I'll throw an extra, $5 to $10 grand a year on this thing. I'll add it. Now I'll just dominate the pay-per-click and the organic, all over this. And then David, you can go and sell to him and say, look, man, you don't have the budget to go compete with Goliath. I'm paying $3,000 a month, but man, I can get you there. I can get you competing with the big boys and girls on the board for a fraction of what they're spending, and you can laugh it all the way to the bank. So that's easy. I'll give them 2 options. I'll either say, hey, pay me $750 a month in this case, or pay me $7,000 if you pay for the full next year. I love doing that, and I'll tell you right now, for those of you doing this kind of stuff, what is it, Dan? Roughly 75 to 80%, pretty much. I mean, over the last few years, we've seen about 75 to 80% take the annual because they're getting 2 months free.
Yeah. In the past, when I was really hungry, when I wanted to build up as much cash as I could, because I wanted to move to Southern California from Northern California, I I actually probably had closer to a 90% take of people taking the annual, because I just made it sound so damn good. And then later I didn't really care. So, now it's between 60 and 70 because it's such a killer deal.
Yeah, so that's what we like to do. And yes, somebody asked, can I just sell leads? Yeah, that's one of the reasons we showed you that model in the beginning, showing our lazy way versus the landlord way, right? Now, what we normally do is we'll start building these out, and we'll just put in some sort of pay-per-call, like, affiliate thing in there to begin with, until we got somebody paying us a monthly fee or a per lead fee or whatever we want to do with it. Either way, we have options here, because now we've got something that's valuable. And if you notice, there is a huge difference between doing this and going in hat in hand saying, I'd like to do SEO services for your business. And for whoever can say why that's a big deal, please put it in the chat box. I'd love to see it. Right? Because once I've established that, I've established this is a no-brainer value, no-brainer ROI, so I can get the results, I can have the results, I can hand them over to anybody I want, and now I can demonstrate the value proposition. And that's why we said stay away from those poodle fluffer niches, because you want to make it a no-brainer. Then we can scale it. Because once we have one, now guess what? I can take that one and use it as proof for every other one, because I can basically now go, and if I want to, I can pre-sell it. I can say, look, what I just did in these 3 cities, you can see all those results. I'm about to do it in your city, and you don't have to pay me until I get the results. I can make that promise all day long, because I already know I'm going to get the results. So it gives me options to scale, like the pre-sell, if I want to. So I can do that. Now all we got to do is we start by grabbing a domain and pointing it to our Ignytr server, right? When we log into Ignytr, all right, and once we've logged into that, we just go in here and set up a new property. Okay, in this case, this would be a local USA type business, so we would choose to create an asset for USA. We could also do anywhere in the world, so we could do services or products that are global as well, but this would be a local one. We would start setting up. We'd start filling in just the few lines of metadata there. Just fill in those quick blanks. Takes like 2 minutes to do that, and then once we've done that, we can go and pick from so many different templates. And by the way, we're adding like a whole flex builder thing here too, that makes it even more flexible. We pick from any of these completely mobile responsive, lead gen style themes, and then we start adding content. And everything's done on page. There's no complicated like having to bounce back and forth from this editor to this thing. No, it's just done like right there on the page, everything you want. Then we just submit that thing to the search engine, and pretty much this is kind of what it looks like. This is the after picture of when we do this kind of stuff, where we're able to take this and take over for our Ignytr site. Then we just drop in some of that Google Amazon love, and we just dominate. We dominate for pretty much anything we want. I mean, I have yet to be stumped by anything, with few exceptions. And usually it's like some like crazy no-no niches on Google. Because we had one person, I think it's the only time we've ever heard anybody have a complaint about our system. It was somebody who was trying to do online gambling, and we were like, oh, well, Google doesn't love that niche very much. So it's like, I don't know if there is anything that can get you past that scrutiny. You know what I mean? But when we're looking at this legit niches, not saying online gambling is not a legit niche, but I'm pretty sure Google frowns on it, right, Dan?
Yeah, they do.
Dan's on mute.
They do. I was on mute.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing, and so we're going to rank it and bank it. Now, if I were to take that, so you just saw that one asset. Now, I want to ask you, if I were to take that Frisco braces or affordable braces Frisco, and hand it to you. Let's just say I picked you out of the crowd here or whatever. Let's just pretend I did that and say, this is yours. I'm going to sign this domain over. All of it is yours. It's all yours, 100%. I'm just signing it over to you. If I did that, would you be able to get paid with it? Yes or no? If I did that, if I said, here this is, it's done, can you go and find somebody that will pay you some money to do? Hell yes, absolutely. Hell yeah. Okay, good. Okay, who wants to see it in action? Who wants no more screenshot. Let's go in there. Who wants to do that and see the machine at work? Yes? All right, let's do it right now. Dan, I'm going to let you talk amongst yourselves for a moment while I bring up my screen, okay?
Perfect. Sounds good. Yeah, we're getting lots of questions here in the chat box. People getting excited. So we've been answering them all in the chat box. I think there's only a couple I'm missing right now. I'm trying to catch up, trying to keep up, because people are really juiced and excited. So rest assured, we will stick around and answer every single question if we don't hit it in the chat box, and we'll be sure to cover all that.
Okay. Can you see my screen now? Is that showing up for you guys?
Yep.
Yes?
Yep. Oh,
okay,
hey.
So
somebody here is saying right here, Renetta saying, looks like the site has a lot of authority, and yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it's a brand new site.
Yeah. So here's the Frisco one, and you can see how it's still dominating. Okay. I mean, we're still taking up almost the entire, or at least over half the page here for Invisalign quotes. And I apologize for the leaf blower out my door. So hopefully that's not too obtrusive. But look, taking over almost the entire page. I think the entire page for Invisalign quotes, braces quotes, same story. Braces experts, same story. I mean, almost, let's see, all of these except for one This is the only one. This is the odd one out, right? Every other thing is us. But look, here, let's talk about the scaling thing, guys. We said, okay, let's take this show on the road. You see, we got affordable braces first. We're like, you know what? I want to prove to everybody and myself that this is so powerful, like the system that we use and the technology behind it, that I can even do this with a subdomain and take that and just take over multiple cities all at once. I mean, is that cool with you if you saw? I mean, we do recommend using its own standalone domain, but man, if you can actually rank a subdomain, a brand new subdomain of a new domain pretty quickly, like within under a day, man, that means it's pretty powerful. Right now, we decided let's take it out to Buffalo, New York, and there we go. We created this affordableorthodontist.com. But look, buffalo.affordableorthodontist.com. You'll notice it's almost exactly the same site. I mean, it's just but it's just targeting Buffalo, and we took over a lot of the page there. We took over for Irvine. We said, let's go out to Irvine. You saw that little example of keyword research. Well, we took over and we actually did a standard standalone domain for that, and we took over half the page right there on that keyword. Nashville, we said, let's go back to our subdomain and go take it out to to where all the country singers are. So we're like, okay, we took over the first top spots of the page. Sacramento, California, let's go out to the West Coast again, and boom, we took over the first 2 spots right there. And then we're like, let's head up to Vegas, right? I think that's where Dan is right now, like on family vacation in Vegas. Well, we went out to Vegas, and look, we took up the first couple spots there. We were pretty easy. Look, there's Vegas again. Took up the first 2 spots. Then we're like, let's take it up to Seattle, okay? I was always a grunge music fan, so let's go to Seattle, and boom, take over the first 3 spots right there. No, number 2, number 3, number 4 spots right there. And then we're like, okay, let's take Braces Quotes. Number 1 spot, the number 2, all this stuff. So we're taking up like 3, 4 spots right there. And now, as we sit here today in front of you, we're going to go after Baltimore, Maryland. We're going to head out over there and do something with that. Right now, as of this moment, we have not published anything, but we have something that we're about to publish right in front of you, and we have nothing. Okay, so you notice, like, if I did just this sample, example, like search for affordable braces quotes or affordable braces, any of these kinds of things, we're nowhere to be found. You won't find that affordable orthodontist or baltimore.affordableorthodontist.com there yet. It's not there, but here it is. It's right here. Now I'm going to show you how I was able to scale this in under 5 minutes. Okay, in under 5 minutes. And here's all I did. I came in here to create an asset. All right, this would be a local business. In this case, Baltimore's in USA. So I picked USA, and I started building this out. Right now, the sneaky thing I did that made this take just a matter of minutes is you see this little tab right here in Ignytr that says cloning. So if I click that tab, you can see that here in our little sample demo account here, I've got all these different assets here. Right now, I've got there's one. Here's my Frisco affordable braces Frisco site right here. If I click this little clone button, it's going to just automatically populate that entire site with everything from that. It's that easy. Like, I just click that clone button and it's done. So that's all I did. I did that and it put all the data in there. And I wanted to spare you guys of watching me go through and change the word Frisco to Baltimore, on every page. But here's all I did. I came in here. Now this is where you enter in all the basic data to get started. And I already saw a question there. Well, what do you do about the localization of it? This right here, this address, that's just a local post office address. Okay, that's how we start. Once we have somebody paying us for it, we'll put their address on there. But until then, we just put a local post office. That's just to kind of give it the geotagging it needs to go in. And then I can start editing the website. Now, there's a couple things I can do there. All right, like I showed you, I can choose from all these different templates that are there. And in fact, it's about to be even more flexible with some of the updates we're doing as we speak. But that's all I got to do. I go in there and I can just click edit website and then start editing it. Right now, here's how simple it is to edit this thing. Like, I can come in here, I can change colors, just clicking on this, change background colors. I can come in here and edit text. So when I did actually switch it to not say Frisco anymore, well, I can do this find and replace, right? If I want to change it from Baltimore to Frisco, all right, I can just do that and find and replace all, and then all of a sudden it'll just change everywhere. It says Baltimore to Frisco. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to add more work for myself. But then I can go and start, going through different pages. I can add new pages. I can add sub pages. It's really simple, and it's done just kind of the way that our brain works. You don't have to I'm saying it right now, but you don't have to have 20 tabs open in your browser to be able to come through and knock one of these out. Right? It's a very simple, streamlined flow. Like, whether it's changing videos or just changing content, however you want to do this, everything is pretty easy to do. If I wanted to add a new page, so let's say I was coming over here to this top orthodontist thing, and I wanted to add a subpage. Right now, if I clicked on the subpages tab, there's nothing. Well, if I want to add a subpage, well, this is all I do. I can just put in whatever I want for my information. Okay. Now, by the way, you notice there's header tags, so I can put any kind of tracking code on this stuff if I want to, whether that's retargeting pixels or Google Analytics type tracking stuff. I can do anything I want with it. So if I save this thing and then go to template selection. So let's just say I want to use this theme one here. Okay, I'm going to switch this template over here, and I can go to site editor, and there we go. And now you see this is what it looks like. It's just, I just come in here and fill in the blanks. I add, the images I want in there. I can kind of just go through it, and this is all designed to be the most search engine friendly pages you've ever seen. And one of the secrets to all this, and I need to get rid of this page before this page gets indexed, because I know we're going to go ahead and start publishing this and submit this to the search engines. But one of the things that makes this so amazing is, you see this little word here, it says schema. Well, that's a really geeky technical thing, also known as structured data, and that is baked right into the Ignytr technology. And basically what schema data is, you've probably heard people talk about it because it's kind of a buzzword, but I'm going to explain to you in a very simple way. What schema data is, think of Google as this big, huge library, okay? And all their little search robots are the librarians. And a librarian's job is to put all the books and put all the information in an organized, orderly fashion so it's easy to find, right? Now, schema data, or this structured data, I want you to think about that as, like, think of the old days of libraries, all right? That's the Dewey Decimal System. But yet, like, over 95% of all websites on the internet do not use any of it at all. So when you have it baked right in the right way to say this is about this niche in this city in this place or this territory, or this is an article about this niche, it's already built in there to just have it available, so that when we get those librarians to come see it, man, they love to put us on the top shelf, because we have given them exactly what has made their life easier. And that's why there's nothing black hat about any of this. We're just literally just giving everything what it wants, right? We'll get rid of that page, delete that one. So that's what we're able to do. We can even come in here and start tracking our keywords. So, we can start, looking at the keywords when we start getting rankings and track them. That is important, because I have the ability to generate reports automatically from any of my assets that I want to, and send it out any frequency I want. I even have the ability to integrate my own billing, my own recurring billing with this, with Stripe, PayPal, whatever you want. And I can start sending out reports every single month, any frequency I want. It just shows everything. I'll show you an example report in a couple of minutes. But this is how easy it is to build. Does that look complicated, by the way? Does any of this stuff look complicated? And Chris, Dan, Chris Reynoso or Dan, when you guys are ready, go ahead and publish that site. Is that cool?
Yes, it is.
All right. Do you see any questions coming in about this? Does this look complicated to any of you? I can't really see the chat box right now when I have this screen open.
Yeah, no, people are, like I said, people are juiced, and we're answering the questions in here as they come in. We're getting a variety of all kinds of questions. I mean, some of it's strategy, some of it's, well, how does this work? Some of it is, what about duplicate content and things like that? And we'll be sure to stick around and answer all those questions. Spoiler alert, we don't care about duplicate content.
Totally. We'll come back and show you some more stuff if you want to. But here's what we did. We showed you this earlier, okay? And this is the entire step-by-step process. And using this technology and doing this stuff makes it really easy. Feel free to screenshot this. I mean, this is the foundation of everything we do right here. If we follow these steps, we're able to just do this all day long any way we want to and dominate anything and go get paid from thin air. It's as simple as that. Now, let me ask you guys this. Or after seeing that, do you have about 4 hours per week to spare, or we can call it 35 minutes a day? Yes or no? Do you have like any given day, man, I've got 35 minutes that I got just that I can reallocate, right? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna hold you to this, because here's what you can do 4 hours a week doing this. All right, let's say you are slow. Even with the cloning that you saw, boom, you saw how easy that was. So click that tab, choose what I want to clone, done, right? But let's just say even with that, even taking that into account, it's always going to take you 2 hours to build one of these things, start to results. Now, let's say you also deeply undervalue yourself. I mean, I just demonstrated with that Frisco orthodontics thing, right? I demonstrated that that's all day long. I mean, it might even be underselling it for $7,000 or whatever every year, right? That might be low, but let's just say, we've already demonstrated that. We already agree on that. But let's say I undervalue that. Let's say you just, man, I just don't believe in myself, right? And you sell that thing for $1,000 a year. Yeah, what the hell do you think you'd sell that for $1,000 a year? I hope you would come slap me if I did that. But hey, fine, whatever. I'm going to undervalue it and sell that thing for $1,000 a year, and I do 2 of those a week. Well, that's going to come out to $2,000 annual recurring. So every week I'm making $2,000 that I'll make again in the following year, right? But at 52 weeks a year, doing it slow and undervaluing the living hell out of yourself, if you just accidentally sneeze and make over $100,000, well, how dare you do that, right? How dare you do that? Does that make sense to you? Even if you undervalue yourself and you do it, it just takes you longer than it should, you still manage to add, at the 4 hours a week, a 6-figure cash flow to your business. Let me ask you guys, I mean, does that suck? Is that crappy? Is that a horrible thing to do? Of course not. Of course not. All right, cool. So who wants to see some more case studies and show you? Well, I'll show you. Somebody asked like how to get client with this. I mean, you want to see? We'll show you that. But I want you to hang tight because I see this like who said like Tina, I need it, and somebody else say I want it now. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Do you want this superpower? Do you want this superpower? Just type in superpower in the chat box if you are ready to unleash this superpower, because money talks, guys. Money talks. Don't just take our word for it. I already showed you some of this earlier, but our people are getting real results with this stuff. They're taking this technology and making it something that's part of their everyday business in a way that we are super proud of. I mean, I get goosebumps still, every time I share any of these stories. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these, and I know we have some of our Ignytr people in here right now, and I apologize if you're not one of in our screenshots here because we have so many. But John here is using this and he's attracting high value passive income. Gordon used to really struggle with trying to land deals. He was doing lots of local SEO stuff before. But once he got it and he was able to just get results right up front, his confidence just skyrocketed because now he's going in and they're begging him to pay him because his confidence has gone up so much because he's got the results to back it up. Lonray is landing deals doing this part-time where he lives in Jamaica, and he's making it happen. I mean, I love seeing his progress and continuing to go up and up and up. We've got people that are going into some high-level niches they haven't gone for, and they're getting those big $5,000 plus recurring deals all day long. And Noreen has that confidence I talked about because she's creating those passive income streams. She came as a newbie and now she's like one of the advanced people in our family there. Seth is even taking this and going door to door with it because he's like, look what I got. He's just showing screenshots and showing like Google results on his phone. So, Mary was able to do this just, part-time and just to create a little extra money for herself and her family. And that was what she wanted. And here's like one of our big complaints was Eric, just running through this thing and getting so many damn results. He's like staying up late at night, just like going through like, man, I got a paid one here, paid one here, paid. And so it's awesome when we see this kind of stuff and we see people that are not just getting results, but they're getting paid. And so I want you to get that superpower too. And I saw a lot of people saying superpower in there. And so we're going to talk about the superpower. All right, now I want you guys to be able to access this whole thing. Now I want you to get the Ignytr access and the Digital Asset Academy access. I'm going to explain what Digital Asset Academy is, because Digital Asset Academy is all of our models, all of our training, everything that we do that surrounds this whole idea of digital real estate. Ignytr is the technology that makes it easy. So it's normally to get all this stuff, it's around $2,000 a year. And you already know we're going to make you an awesome deal here and make this super easy to hook you up with a 25 site license, get you VIP access, everything for way less than that. I'm going to make this even better. I mean, you want a better deal than all this, right? You want the best deal possible. Here's what we're going to do. Because I'm not going to dance around this and give you the start of $1 million working my way down. Okay, so as we roll all this out, and we just mentioned that we're doing some serious updates and upgrades to all this stuff, and I can't wait for you to get your hands on this. We're going to give you the whole thing, all the training, so you're not going to guess. We don't want you just to have your hands on this powerful technology and not have an idea of the ways you can make money with it and the ways you can improve your business with it. So we're giving you both 1-2 punch and a 50 site license. We've already established very easily that one single site all day long is easily $5,000. I mean, so we're giving 50 of those $5,000 opportunities right there. And we're going to give you all of this straight up, just $997, and that's going to include an entire year of everything you need, and you can keep on rocking it. If you want to keep going after the first year, there's no way you would want to stop after you've gotten this power. You just keep doing it for 129 months after that first year. All you've got to do is go to ignytr.com/Chris. That's it. Now, what if I doubled the sites? Would that be cool with you? If we made that 100 sites, we just said, hey, if you get in right now, we're actually going to take this and give you 100 sites for the same deal and let you keep on going. Would you want that if we made that available? Yes. All right, there you go. There you go. Just go to ignytr.com/Chris, because we're going to let you get everything under the sun here. You're going to get the Ignytr software. Some of you asked what MMF was. You're going to learn what the magic method formula is for ranking. You're going to learn what the Google Love formula is. You're going to learn about some of our keyword secrets. You're going to get our lazy content methods. You're going to get our content creating software that we have available to members. And we're going to give you everything you need to get paid, to replicate, to scale, to write your own checks, to create wealth out of thin air. And we're going to give you all this real world value right here, right now. I mean, this is well over 70% off of what we normally do this thing for. Now, here's the thing that I think you might want to really perk up your ears for, okay? Because if you are going to this right now, I'm going to congratulate you because you just got upgraded and hooked up with something we very rarely do for anyone. You just got an unlimited site upgrade. We're going to give you unlimited Ignytr sites, unthrottled. You can build as many sites as you want, like as fast as you can, right now at the same deal. We're not going to throttle you on number of site licenses today if you are in already. If you get in while this is open, if you get in while we are talking right now, you are going to immediately get upgraded to an unlimited site license. Is that cool with you if I do that? Or do you feel like you're strong-arming me for that? Okay, yeah, okay, cool. Because we want you to be able to and understand that we're making this a no-brainer. We offer a 30-day make it work easy guarantee, and we're going to make this super simple for you by upgrading you, hooking you up, or rewarding those fast action takers, rewarding you right now, because money does love speed. I know you hear it all the time, but that's the damn truth. Those that take that action are going to go run with it and make it happen, and so we want that to happen for you. You know where to go right now, because I'm going to tell you only have 2 things to do right now, all right? 2 things to do that are standing between you and that next goal you have for your business. Number 1, you grab this right now. Number 2, you run with it. If you grab this and run with it, I can promise you this will be one of the smartest and best decisions you've made in a long time when it comes to investing in yourself. I can promise you that. The other really smart thing you did was investing in Chris and what he's doing, because we believe in what he's doing. That's why we're here to share with you, because we know that a lot of you are probably already doing a lot of local lead gen type stuff. While you're doing pay-per-call stuff. And I can't wait to talk to you about some of the stuff that's in the academy right now, because we actually have a whole training. We call it the pay-per-call landlord training. And it actually marries what a lot of you are doing right now with the Call Zoo platform, and what a lot of you have learned with the pay-per-call arbitrage or pay-per-click arbitrage, all that stuff. And it marries it to this model where it's not adding extra effort. It is combining the efforts and making them even bigger for yourself, where you can charge more money, where you can have even more ability to attract more deals and clients. We're going to make that super simple for you. So we're going to keep making this brain dead easy for you, because let me just explain what is inside the academy here. Just, you're going to have access to our digital monopoly program, all right, which is where we show you exactly how to build this. Like, that's where you can go from 0 to 100. Just follow. Everything is over the shoulder. You're going to also get our pay-per-call landlord training, which we mentioned. You're going to get our $5,000 in 5 days coaching workshop. You're also going to get exclusive access to our mastermind sessions that we do at least once, sometimes twice a quarter. Our Digital Asset Academy, we have mastermind sessions. And I'm actually kind of getting inspired by Chris there to maybe we start doing some live events too. But anyway, we also give you first notice when we do niche packs. We sometimes do release these niche packs where we show you exactly like what to do. We give you the keywords. We give you the content. We give you everything copy paste done for you style. We give you first priority access to those. We also have the Word Sparker tool. Oh man, I can't wait to talk about this. Word Sparker, it's like it's kind of like it's basically like, what do we call, what's that little game, Dan? Mad Libs?
Yeah,
what's called?
Mad Libs.
Yeah, so basically it's like playing Mad Libs, where it's built for doing quality SEO and money site type content. You just drop in what keywords you have. You answer a few questions, Mad Lib style. You click a generator button, and boom, all of a whole bunch of your content's great. We can create content for our explainer videos with it. We can create content for our Ignytr sites. We can create content for blog posts, content for even YouTube video descriptions, like generate the perfect content, everything you could think of. We even give you the video cloner, our video cloner, which we use to just take videos, clone them out, and that's going to be included. We're going to give you keyword content tools. It's an entire community, by the way. And then we've got some other things coming up. I saw some e-commerce people. We're going to be teaching soon something that we're actually in the middle of case studying now called e-com arbitrage. Guys, I'll tell you right now, I am new or fairly new to e-commerce. My original business was e-commerce, but the way it is today, I'm not very sophisticated because we're too lazy. But I looked at it, and Dan and I started talking like, look, let's figure out some ways to do this e-commerce thing that fits our lazy lifestyle. And so we've been doing for the last few months, running a few different businesses and getting some amazing results. And that's one of the upcoming trainings we're going to be doing in the academy. And it all relates to this because we're all about digital assets. If there's something that we can create and make money from, like over and over again, even while we're sleeping, that to me is digital real estate, and that's passive income, and that's what we're all about. And we have the technology to do it. We're putting that superpower in your hands to be able to do it. So that's really exciting. And then, let's talk about one of these things. Like I brought this up a second ago. Here's the video cloner you're going to be getting as part of this deal. All right, this is called the Rockstar Video Cloner. Now, it works on Mac and PC, and it's really simple. You pick a video file. All right, so you just go pick out which file you want, and once you picked out like this MP4 file, for example, you can choose how many copies of that thing you want to generate. You click the generate button, and it takes like a nanosecond, Dan, like no time at all. And look at this. I've got 5 unique files. Now, those are 5 unique files that I can upload all 5 of those to the same YouTube channel. Even though, like, from the visual perspective, they're the same damn video. But on the code level, they're completely different videos, so they will pass all the filters, and you can get those videos up. This saves us so much time because video ranking is one of our favorite things to do. You're going to get this tool and access to all our video tactics and strategies that we use to rank these videos so fast. So you're getting all this stuff, and even we're going to simplify prospecting, how to do prospecting. We're going to give you access to our own lead gen tools, how we go and get lots of leads, and how we have an entire customer relationship management system built into Ignytr that's integrated. It's not just some little thing that we're doing just because, let's just duct tape on some random crap that we got from some white label tool. No, let me tell you right now, the Ignytr system is a bespoke, ground up solution. It's built in .NET enterprise level framework. We have spent an enormous amount of time, money, and resources in building it. We did not hire guys from Fiverr. We have our own in-house, in-country team who is responsible for this stuff. So we take it very seriously. And so let me show you this because here's kind of an example of how we can easily do this. And I'm just going to kind of move through this little screen thing here so that you can kind of get an idea. All right, now as you see here, I can manage everything here, but I want you to really understand once I've gotten to the management system, well, I can go even deeper. So here's the reporting. All right, so let's say I want to, and this is one of the ways we can sell this, by the way, because I can actually hand this over as a demo to somebody for a week and let them just have it, so, and then I can actually make it to where they have to pay me to keep it. We call that the give and take away method, right? So I've given it to them for free to try it for a week or whatever, and then I basically threaten to take it away unless they pay me, right? So now they've got this thing. But anyway, I can set it up to where I can handle everything right here from the system because let me just show you what the report looks like if you look at this right here. So I can add some my own custom text and our own fields and different things here. But look, this shows them just since the last time the report went out, shows them where their keywords are ranking, shows them the size, the footprint, shows them some of the traffic stats just in the recent period here, and shows them how many clicks to call they've got, how many video plays, how many visits, how many form fills, all this stuff. And they can see all of this right here in one simple to understand, even for a busy business owner, report. So this is always kind of just fine, and that's automatic. You can set that just to automatically go out if you want to. So I don't have to sit there and keep working on it. Then you've got, as I said, here's where we can manage and track all our keywords. Just drop it in there, and that will automatically get added to the report. But here's something really, really awesome. All right, so remember I said we had our own CRM and stuff in here. Well, this is our campaign management system. This is everything. You just attach whatever Gmail account you want, and that includes if you have alias Gmail accounts, like even a professional, email account that you have as an alias on your Gmail. You can attach it here, and guess what? I can go and add a prospect into the system. Okay, so I have a whole prospect management thing. And then I can create my own custom drip campaigns of anything. So in this case, I'm going to send a drip campaign this campaign is called Braces Asset, and then I can choose from multiple different emails I have attached to the system. And then I can basically start a drip campaign. So on day 0, the first message goes out, letting this orthodontist know that I've got this thing and they can get it, whatever. 2 days later, I can have another one go out. 4 days later, I can have another one go out. I can just automatically keep following up with them and generate and send a proposal all in one simple streamlined process. So I can actually let Ignytr get the results for me, and I can let Ignytr do the damn selling for me. All I've got to do is drop in the prospects into the funnel. That's it. So here's what a proposal looks like when they get it. I can have a video there that just usually what we like to do is like a screencast style video, just showing all the results of this asset, showing where it is, all this stuff, and then boom, I can upload my logo, I can put all this info in there, just ready to go. And then they have a button there where they can accept and pay me right now. In this example is I'm telling $5,000. So that's what we can do very, very easily with this system, just right there. I mean, Dan, anybody have any questions about this right now? You see?
Yeah, we got lots of questions. You want to go through the questions now, or were you talking about specific?
If anybody say anything about, wants to know anything about this, because I'm diving in the academy now. And Dan, you want to kind of talk about the academy a little bit?
Yeah. Pull it up.
All right, there we go. So, can you see that now?
Not yet.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, let me know when you can see it, because I want to show the academy and basically show you the courses that are in there. So what we've got in there is we have.
I'm still not seeing it.
Okay. Well, let's not just let dead air kill us then, Dan. How about now?
Everybody else said, "Well, no, I was waiting. I thought you were still getting it." There you go. Now I see it. I thought you were just talking as you were trying to get it.
Cool.
We're good.
All right. Go ahead, buddy. I'm going to take a drink of water.
Okay, cool. So as you can see right here, we got the Digital Monopoly, which our newest course was at the top. We already scrolled down. You can see Google Love right there. Pay-per-call, the 5 and 5, the Client Rocker. As you can see, he's scrolling up and down pretty quick here, but I'll try and keep up with it. But there is a lot of training in here. We try and make it as simple as possible and giving you all the tools to succeed. I mean, these are things that normally, and in the past, we used to sell these as one-off courses, for anywhere from $500 to $1,000 per course, no joke. These are full-fledged courses, and what we decided is we're going to put them all together inside here so you can be successful. Now, WordSparker right here, Ben's going through, kind of talked about this like ad libs or mad libs for content, and we've actually purchased software in the past that didn't do as much as the WordSparker does, and we spent at least $1,000 a year on those softwares. And we were kind of frustrated because it was still kind of limited and didn't do exactly what we wanted to do. So as you can see right here, Ben just added a little bit he added the link, he added the type of content he wants. Now he's just typing in a keyword here, I believe. Is that what it is? Oh, the niche. Sorry, the niche in the industry, which is the rock star's niche, I guess. But this is where you put in, for whatever niche or industry it is. What's the city? What's the state? How many keywords do you want to add into the content? 3 or 5? To keep it real simple. If you only need like 4, then you can just delete the fourth one or the third one or the fifth one. The fifth one. Here are the keywords. So you enter in the keywords. Again, if it was 5, it would show 5. And then after you do that, you just click next. And it's really, really simple because, it'll take you anywhere from, 3 minutes to 10 minutes. Ben does it probably in about 2 or 3 minutes, and he does a lot of it from his phone. He loves to just create content on the phone when he's just sitting in his car or hanging out with his family or doing something like that, sitting on the couch watching a show and creating the content. For me, I take a little bit longer. I'm a 10-minute kind of guy. It takes me a little longer to kind of perfect it. And so you're going to enter your call to action right here. And what this will do is it'll organize everything into order, which is really cool. It's kind of magical, right? It's like you just put in exactly what's the main content is, then you put in your name at the end and your email where you want it delivered, and it's as simple as that. You're gonna get the content all there, spun out, and created in the exact order. And it's not like one of those ugly nonsense articles that make no sense that you get from some cheap content, or you pay $5 on Fiverr for somebody to create your crappy content.
Yeah, and you can actually go look at that. Look at any of those examples we've already shown you. We'll show you even more. And a lot of those were like that content was created just using WordSparker. Because that was one of the things we had developed. This was several months back. We were sitting there saying, man, we've developed a technology that is a powerhouse that nobody else has. Like this isn't even like there's not even a me too here. It's like we have something totally different than even exists because we had to create it because it didn't even exist. With the way Ignytr did it, and the only thing was holding anybody back at that point, self included, was the ability to get quick content together. So I still might go and take once I have a client on, I might go and spend $50 on having somebody write some custom articles for me and stuff. But man, when I want to just get going, I want to get going. I don't want to sit there and look at a blank screen. So we noticed that was a problem in the market. It was a problem for our students and our family, our rockstar family. And so we're like, let's develop something to solve this. And so that's where WordSparker was born. You're getting access to that and all these other many, courses, trainings, tools, everything. And this is a community, by the way, as you can see, lots of activity. We're very engaged in here, and it's very much a coaching environment. And it's not here to be overwhelming. It's here to say, hey, there is a resource for almost anything you're trying to do. For most things you're trying to accomplish, there is a resource already here. You don't have to go through and go through every last bit of content in here. No, just go through what you need to. What I do recommend is as soon as you get in on this thing, go in there, go get your login to the Academy, go introduce yourself, and then go right on into the Digital Monopoly program. Start there, or go to the Google Love program, because those are going to be the fastest track to you understanding the entire process from zero to getting paid. That's what I recommend you do right now. We've provided everything, every software. You're not going to be guessing. You're not going to be lost. We're not going to let it happen. And you can grab all this right now at ignytr.com/Chris. And if you get in now, you are going to get hooked up with the unlimited upgrade, and you're going to be able to create this. This will become second nature to you, and you don't have to wonder ever again why some folks just don't have to grind it out, why some folks can just take control and hit the easy button and make it simple. All right, what questions do we have coming in?
All right, let me grab them up real quick. So we've been answering most of these in the chat box, but I've noticed quite a few of them are coming up more than once. So I think it's probably important that we jump in and answer some of those again. So if you're hearing this a second time, then just bear with us. But question came up a couple times: how soon can a newbie start making money with this? We've had some students that get paid in less than 24 hours. But again, it all depends on you. We can't tell you what you can do. We can just tell you that some of our students have done it in less than 24 hours. And, as they say, average results will vary. But, again, who wants to be average? Don't be average. Let's see. How do I approach or find prospects, or how do I sell this? Well, all the training is inside the academy, and that's a great part about this. This is not going to be an upsell of like, oh, well, if you want to know that, then you need to go buy this, from us. And it's not like, oh, well, here's a 10-minute video that's going to explain how we do this. Oh, but if you want the entire course, you get our advanced training over here, and you got to pay extra. I mean, we put all this inside. I mean, that was one of our challenges in the beginning, is we had so much training inside that people were just lost. I mean, it forced us to create like quick start training. So we actually have the quick start training, which is the digital monopoly. So, and that's the very top course. We put it at the very top of there in the members area for you to start there. And then when you're ready, I mean, that's all you need. You can go in there and watch the first couple modules, first couple sessions, and in a couple hours, I mean, an hour to 2 hours, depending on if you like to go through it all or just go through parts. And we usually don't recommend skipping around, but some people, they're more advanced and they can. And you just go through there, and then after you finish that, you might be like, you know what, I want to dive in even deeper, and this is great. I want to learn some more. And then you might go through the whole entire Google Love course, which is there, which is, even 3 times bigger than the digital monopoly course. And but don't skip the digital monopoly course. You want to start with that. And then we've got the sales training. We've got, the client rocker. We've got so much, the tools, the software. I mean, trust me, I don't think anybody would go inside there and be like, oh, there's not enough stuff in here. If anything, they're going to be like, damn, what did you just give me? I can't believe I'm getting this. And I say that because we hear that all the time. People are like, oh my God, I can't believe you gave me so much stuff. Let's see, what else do we have in here?
I'm going to pause you for a second, because I'm going to ask everybody here a question, because I want to see what you guys know about this. This pop quiz, guys. What is the holy grail of personal injury law? What is the holy grail of it? Like, what is like if you think about that movie Glengarry Glen Ross, they had the Glengarry leads, right? What are the Glengarry leads for a personal injury attorney? Boom, Tina, nailed it, man. That was quick. I don't even think I finished the question before you said it. Yes, mesothelioma. Tina, go ahead and put in your PayPal email. I think this is the second time Tina's won money from us today. But yes, you nailed it. And let's see. I know we got some good ones there. Medical malpractice, car accident, workplace. Those are all great. But mesothelioma is the holy grail. Anybody want to kind of guess how much an attorney pays for one click of a keyword like that? Let's just say in Miami. You might want to kind of take a wild guess, like how much they pay in Miami. You guys are right. Like Brad says, $600. Michael says $500. That's not in Miami necessarily, but in some cities, a lot of cities, it is. I've seen $900 in some places. I'll just go ahead and let you off the hook, guys. It's in Miami right now. It's around $100 a click. Okay, and that's pretty standard. That's a lot. That's for one damn click, and we know one click doesn't mean one lead, right? So if you could deliver better results than that costs $100 a click. Remember, we said 200 clicks is probably the standard, right? That's $20,000 a month right there, right? But if I could deliver that, at $10,000 for a year to a personal injury attorney in Miami, if I could deliver that, those kinds of keywords and surround it, do you think they would pay me $10,000 a year for that? Or they might just laugh me out of their office or off the phone because they don't believe it, right? So if you could deliver that, you think they would jump to pay you? Like, it would be pretty easy to sell? Well, I'll tell you how easy to sell. So I want to welcome you to Miami, and I want to show you one of the ugliest sites I've ever built. And I built it to be just horrible on purpose. I wanted this to be just an awful site just to prove the power of understanding what you're getting your mind around, what you're getting access to inside of this training and with this technology. Now, I want you to see that in under 2 hours of doing this stuff, I was able to start taking up keywords for mesothelioma lawsuit attorneys, mesothelioma law experts in Miami. I was able to start taking up asbestos lawsuit stuff. I was able to start taking up all these things for asbestos, mesothelioma lawsuits, everything, even in just general personal injury law. I was able to get all these different things, even accident, employee accident, and all these things in under 2 hours. Nothing black hat was done. Now, I'm going to ask you what I asked you guys earlier on. If I wrapped this up in a bow and selected somebody from this audience, okay, and said, I'm giving this to you, I'm signing it over to you 100%, this whole asset, everything, all these results, would you be able to go and find yourself a Miami personal injury lawyer who would pay you lots of money? Yes or no? Just tell me, yes or no. Like, just how much? You know, I'm gonna, without a doubt, hell yes. Or you know, I'll also ask you, how much would you go collect tomorrow if I handed this to you? If I put this in your hands right freaking now, how much do you believe, you know, you're gonna go and get this much handed to you right now? All right, $5,000, $10,000, $25,000, $3,000, $1,000, $5 bazillion. All right, hell yes. 20,000, 10,000 a month, says Karen. Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I have handed this to you. And it's right in front of you right there at ignytr.com/Chris, because you can do exactly that. Everything that we do to get these results that quickly is in your ability to grab. It is within your reach right now. You have it in your hands. You just got to finish clasping your fist around it and grab it. And remember, I said grab it and run with it. And it's all easy to do. So, man, you guys believe you. I know you can do this. We're handing you over the technology and the training to back it up. So go grab it right now. And Dan, go ahead and fire off some more questions.
Yep. Okay, so do you rank the asset first and then rent, or sometimes pre-sell? And honestly, we do both. I mean, we like to target a big city, like something like, let's say, like Los Angeles or San Francisco or San Jose, and use that as a demo site. And then we'll go out and pre-sell other cities as well. So I know this kind of goes against what we mentioned earlier, where, you know, you show them the results and then you lease that to them, but it kind of is the exact same thing. The only difference is we're pre-selling the site. So we do that all the time. You could do it either way, whatever's easier for you. I mean, if you're just starting out, I mean, we're busy. So a lot of times we don't have time to go build out a whole new asset and then just go sell it. So for us, like, we already have an asset built, and we're like, hey, here's the one in Baltimore, you know, here's, and this is the same niche as you, and this is the same industry. I mean, heck, sometimes it's not even the same industry. I mean, I've done it where I said, like, look, you know, I've got this asset, you know, ranking in Baltimore or New York for a dental practice, and you know, and I'll take it, and I'll, you know, I'm sitting down with a commercial painting service, and I'll just be like, yeah, I did this for this niche in this industry, and they're like, oh wow, and I'm like, I can do the same thing for you, and you know, they're like, okay, cool, here's the money. So you can do whatever works for you. Either way, the bottom line is you can still show them results, which is awesome. You're not just promising something, you're showing them. Let's see.
Speaking of results, you want to see what this took like less than half an hour? I just refreshed this page and check it out, guys. Boom. What is that? The first 4 results? We even managed to get the Frisco one in there somehow.
Nice.
the first 5 results. Look, right there, just like that. I mean, can anybody deny? I mean, I'm sure some of you were checking, right? Like, we have, and feel free to go use whatever backlink checking tool you have. We don't have a single backlink. We don't have any black hat stuff happening. Everything there is just done with the power of Ignytr, by the willpower of Ignytr, to be able to get this kind of result. We showed you this before we published it, and now it's been, what, roughly half an hour since you published that, Dan?
Yeah, at least.
I mean, it probably started ranking like 5 minutes after you published it, but we now see that it's already taken over spots. And if I start looking for more keywords, I guarantee you we're there.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, like, we'll take screenshots of things, and if it shows like, oh, look what we did in under 10 minutes, you know, it's not because it didn't rank any quicker. It's because that's how long it took us to get over there and find that keyword and take a screenshot.
You know, let's just change it to make it braces quotes Baltimore. Look, there you go. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. I mean, if I change braces to Invisalign, let's see if we got that too. Oh, yeah, well, I'll do it all in all caps just to teach Google a lesson. Yep, look at that. Number 1, number 2, number 3. I mean, all over the place. So, I mean, we're already dominating. So let me ask you this. Is this enough right now for you, if you had this, if I handed this over to you, is this enough right now for you to be able to go and justify reaching out to an orthodontics clinic in Baltimore and go get paid? Is it? And do they need to know that it only took like 5 to 10 minutes because you just cloned it and just did a couple quick things? I mean, that's pretty simple, right? Nice. You got already signed up, ready to get started. Nice. Love it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and you can easily combine this with Callzoo or any other method that you're doing to charge even more. That's the best thing about it. All right, we had a question come in. Where do I get the videos and how do I make them? We actually have training inside the Academy, a whole little mini course on that. And like Ben mentioned, we use Adobe Spark for, I mean, we owned like expensive software. We have like all the Adobe software, like the paid programs, you know, the Adobe Cloud, all that stuff. We have everything, and Adobe Spark is free to use and super simple, and we love it. So we use that. And we have training on there, so you don't have to go learn how to do that. We actually train you on how to use that too. Can I have my VA build sites or have access? Yes, you can. And if it ever becomes an issue where we're like, hey, we're logging too many, people using your account with IP addresses and different places, we're not like Facebook where we lock down your account and make you like choose your top 50 friends and put their names there and ask you to mail us your snail mail your ID or anything like that. We'll work that out with you. We'll unlock your account and make sure that you can have your VAs use it as well. Make it really simple. Let's see. How quick can I get on page one? Like we said, I mean, you just saw we did it in a few minutes. You know, sometimes it could take a little longer. It just depends on the niche and the keywords you targeted. And that's another thing I want to mention is some people were confused on the quotation marks. You saw, and you can see right there, Ben is showing, he did a search for Invisalign right there with no quotes around it at all. You know, so you don't have to search for the quotes. That's just for you to do the recon, to see, you know, how winnable it is. And the only reason why he's writing in Baltimore is because Ben is in Frisco, Texas. He's not in Baltimore. So if he just typed in Invisalign quotes, it's going to pull up, you know, results for Frisco. So, you know, that is.
Well, I don't know if it will. I don't know if it will because I'm in incognito and I turned off all those features.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're in incognito, but
yeah, I don't know if it
so
will.
Google doesn't even know where you really are sometimes, you know, when you're doing that. But, you know, people in Baltimore don't have to type in the Baltimore because Google knows they're in Baltimore. But I'll tell you, you know, I still search with the city name in there all the time. That's how I search. Most of the people that we actually surveyed that are not SEO people or anything like that, they search with the city as well because they know if you don't put in the city, a lot of times you just end up with crud, with spam sites. But they don't have to search because Google knows where they are. Let's see. What if I need more help? Well, we are inside the Academy to help. Plus, we have other fellow Rockstar community members in there as well. That is a forum inside there, a private forum. We're also in 2 Facebook groups as well, our Rockstar Entrepreneur and our Ignytr Facebook private group as well. So you can join all those and you can pretty much reach us and other community members. Ben already mentioned about the countries. Somebody asked about that again, saying as long as, you know, Google or you have search engines and the internet, you are good to go. Oh, here's a good one. This comes up quite often. How long do these results stick? And, you know, most of our digital assets, we haven't touched in 7 years, in over 7 years, and they are still ranking. Very few times have we had, you know, like where we've had to go back and add a asset. But I will tell you, we have gone back and we've added more assets, not because we lost rankings, but because we were either bored or we wanted to, you know, outperform for our client, or the client, you know, decided that they're going to open up more services, or they're going to, you know, also include other cities, and then we just build more assets and we get paid more. Let's see, cost to maintain or other costs involved. You know, we have students that don't even own a domain or hosting. So there are many ways to do this, which means that, you know, you don't have to even get a domain name if you don't want to. But we usually recommend, you know, I mean, you at least get one domain and you build subdomains. But we personally prefer to use mostly, you know, getting a domain name for each one of our projects. Again, like I said, you don't have to do that. So yeah, you factor in about $10 a year minimum, you know, but you could do it for free as well. And then you know, you can use call tracking as well, and you can get that from anywhere from, you know, under $1 a month to you know, to $10 a month, just depending on what service that you use. It really depends on that. But, you know, you don't even have to worry about hosting because we host everything for you. We'll get into the hosting as well for Ignytr. Ben, did you want to talk about that quick start?
Yeah. I was just letting I saw a question there. Somebody asking, is there a quick training on this? And I wanted just to show this and say, yes, there is. Once you go into Ignytr, you'll see we have a whole training section right here. And then we kind of go over, this is just a general training for Ignytr, but we have a quick start guide. And then we go even further, we go even deeper in different things from a strategic standpoint inside the Academy, like Dan mentioned, going into digital monopoly, you know, course, which is all over the shoulder, very quick. But if you already kind of have that down, or you have your own process or whatever, just go through this and you'll see exactly how to put these together. And we have all the training in here, and then anything you need to know about, you know, okay, where do I put what, or what do I do? It's pretty easy easy to use. I've had a lot of people just report to me. They pretty much go and start using it. We've tried to make it as simple as for folks to be able to just kind of go in and figure it out as they go. But there's training here. We do encourage you at least scan through the quick start guide so you understand the process, because we want you to be successful with this. And then we have our Facebook group there where you can ask away there or in the academy. So we got everything for you. We got your back on this, guys. We got your back on this. We're here for your success. That's our deal here. I mean, we're not doing this to be a fly-by-night thing. We've been around for years, and we're going to be around for many years more. In fact, those of you who are still kind of on the fence right now, thinking, I just don't know if it's the time. So that's cool. Like, we'll still be around. You won't get this awesome deal. You won't get the unlimited site deal at this price. Hell no. But we'll still be around, and you'll be happy to get it at twice the price for a limited number of sites. I mean, I know that. I know that for a fact. It's still a great deal. So feel free to wait and do it then. If you want this awesome deal, we got your back. We're here to see to your success with this. That's why we're not just selling a software. We're not. We're putting this all together in an entire package. So you have the technology to use to make it easy, but it's only as good as how you use it. So we've given you, the strategy behind using it, whether it's for local stuff, for lead gen stuff, for your e-com stuff, for whatever it may be. And the way Ignytr is expanding and growing right now and being upgraded as we speak. I mean, we're talking days away from Ignytr, the next version to hit. We're actually going to be able to start doing our squeeze pages and opt-in pages and replace every other builder we've ever had to use forever. And it's all going to be integrated in the system so that we can manage an entire digital marketing company with this amazing software. But again, that's only as good as you understanding the processes to make money with it, right? So that's what we're here to do. We're here to give you both.
Yeah, and like we mentioned before, you're going to get that included for free. So you get that upgraded 2.0 as well. Let's see. We had a couple questions here. We kind of answered in the chat box. I think I got everybody that asked about Google using the Google Keyword Tool Planner, not showing enough searches for data or anything like that. And straight up, and I'm sure Chris has went through the training as well. But Google lies to you. When it comes to like local search, it really does lie to you because they want you to do pay per call, right? So they don't really care about your success when it comes to organic search results. So just keeping that a little separate. Don't like be alarmed if you're like, okay, when you're doing local search stuff for ranking sites opposed to pay per call, which is different, right? It's a little bit different there. Don't be worried about like, well, I just did like Invisalign quote in my city of Frisco, Texas, which is not like Dallas. It's not as big, right? Or it's not like San Francisco or Los Angeles. It's not that big, so it shows not enough data. Well, here's what I mean by not so much that they're lying to you, but just that how many people, and I'll give you a good example, a pool builder, right? A pool builder, I got a pool builder client and Coto de Casa, right? Coto de Casa is the city I live in Southern California. It's I think it's like 2,000 or I think it's like 2,000 or 5,000 homes all within gates. So the whole city is gated, right? There's no city that's outside of the gates. And it's not a large population for the city. It's like 2,000 or 5,000 or somewhere around there, right? So, of course, Google's not going to have any data for anything you search in Coto de Casa pretty much, right? Unless it's properties for sale, right? and I have a pool builder client, right? And even if he just gets one or two clients himself, one or two clients that want to build a pool in Coto de Casa a year, that more than pays what he's paying me, because the average pool cost in Coto de Casa is somewhere around $100,000 to $200,000. I mean, some people are spending $500,000. Some people spending, closer to $1 million. I mean, heck, do Google search Coto de Casa, California, pirate ship and pool. I mean, it's for $10 million, and there's a full. It looks like it's not a full size pirate ship, but it's a big ass ship. It's big enough of a boat that you can actually sail on, and it's in their pool with water cannons and all kinds of stuff. Now mine's not that big, right? Someday I do want something like that, but my pool is over $250,000. So, just getting one client like that right there, even if they were just paying me $10,000 or $20,000 a year for that asset. Do you think they would be happy? Let's say would they be happy paying me 50 grand a year if they could make 100 grand a year? Heck yeah. So they're going to be happy. So just keep that in mind. And we go through this in the training. We teach you how to do this and avoid the poodle fluffers and all that good stuff. All right. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. How do you guarantee the customer will get leads, or what if they ask, or what if, right? We get this all the time where people like what if themselves. Well, first off, we don't guarantee leads. We don't want to get in that game of, we're just going to make promises all the time. We avoid that. Again, we go through all the in the training, we go through all this again, but we like to kind of give the example of look at billboards, right? When people sell billboards, right? Like Vegas, right? Vegas or Los Angeles or San Francisco, when you're driving in a major city, or Dallas, there are billboards all over the place. And people spend anywhere from $20,000 to over $50,000 a year for a billboard.
A month, Dan.
Well, a month. I'm trying to keep it low. That's why I was trying to make it unbelievable. Yeah, 36.
Well, in Dallas, it's $40,000 a month on the Dallas North Tollway.
Yeah. Now, do you think they promise them leads? They ain't gotta. Why? Because it's in such high demand. That's why people pay that money. Now, do you think they don't have a fast Ben? How often do those billboards turn over? Not very often, right?
It's usually like the same 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, because it works. Because they're getting results and they make money. They know all I need to do is bring in 1 or 2 clients, a month, and it's worth it for me, right? Because also,
it's usually the high ticket. It's usually the high ticket type niches too. Like it's usually cosmetic surgeons and personal injury lawyers.
Yeah. So you're just selling digital. You're just selling digital billboards on the web. Don't get in that promising thing.
Well, and here's the other thing is you can make a promise, and this is the promise I always make, and this is what I get paid for, is that I promise you're getting exactly what you can verify that I have in my hands that I can turn over to you right now. Like this is it. Like this is what you're getting. Now that's where the pay-per-call landlord training in the Digital Asset Academy comes in, because we can add lead calls to that deal, all right, and use the arbitrage method that a lot of people learned from Chris. And we share our methods of using that to bridge that, and use the technologies of Ignytr and CallZoo together to create a powerful 1-2 punch. And that's what you're getting your hands on right now. This adds to and complements a lot of what you're doing already, and just adds to your bottom line without distracting you into doing something completely different than you're doing before. No, this takes what you're doing now and just puts some high octane gasoline on top of it.
Yep, it puts a little spice to it. Put some kick in there.
That's why we call it Ignytr.
Yeah, ignite your business and your taste buds. Here's a great one. Got this one a few times here. I see. Won't this get saturated? Or what if more than one person goes after the same city and the same niche? I'll tell you straight up. Almost 20,000 U.S. cities, and even more communities when you break it down by communities as well. Millions of search terms and keyword combinations available to you. You never have to worry about this. I mean, heck, that's why we publicly show our case studies, because it's so wide open. It is so wide open. Let's see. Where are these sites hosted? Well, all the sites are hosted on Ignytr superfast servers. We use Amazon S3 private expansive servers for hard drives, daily backups, and Cloudflare domain routing for geolocation scattering. And that's just nerd talk we spend a lot of money on hosting, so you don't have to. This ain't no $9 or $10 a month, hosting plan, shared hosting plan, or anything like that. Let's see. Oh, we had somebody that was a little concerned here. They were asking about what about hiding the footprints, right? Or, what if I don't want Google to, see my sites related to another site that I have or something like that? Well, you can hide your footprint easy using Cloudflare. And again, and Google likes this because the biggest companies in the world use Cloudflare. And again, this is all in the training.
Yeah, we have a very specific way of showing you how to integrate Ignytr into Cloudflare, and it just takes a couple extra steps and a couple extra minutes. Pretty easy to do.
Yep.
And it also gives you the benefit of having a secure socket layer, or SSL, or the HTTPS, which Google's kind of said they want to see more sites doing.
Yeah, that's another reason why they reward us so much. We've had at least 8 or 9 people so far jump in and say I'm on a Mac, please tell me this works on Mac and I don't have to like get Parallels and download Windows or anything like that. And both Ben and myself, we are big Mac users. Even the so we're there for you. And again, this is a web app, so you don't have to download anything. You don't have to do anything like that. Even the video tool that you do download, but we provided it for PC and Mac, so you don't even have to worry about that. So we got your back. Let's see. Somebody was saying they struggle about content. I think they jumped in a little late because we went over the WordSparker app where you can create your content fast and easy. Not to mention, I'll give you a resource right here. Some of you might have heard it before, but there's a site called hirewriters.com, and you can get articles written for anywhere from like $4 or $5 to $10 and more. And we use them all the time when we just need to create some quick content. That's hirewriters.com. But, WordSparker. We got the WordSparker app that you can just jump in and use right away. Let's see. Somebody was asking, or we already kind of went over that one right there. Somebody's saying, what happened? What if I'm too scared to sell or to talk to people? Well, you could use affiliate deals. And again, that's in the training. Go to the Digital Monopoly. We talk about that. And
that right now. I'm actually on that right now. The lazy shy method.
Yeah.
It's where you can do CPA offers and all that stuff. We show you exactly how to set that up and how to get approved and how to get, all the stuff you need for it. All the way to, leasing it straight up. Or, if you want to go in, I can go back to the training room here and you can learn about the paper call landlord stuff. That walks you through, through all the things you need to know about, bridging what some of you are already doing with the pay-per-call leads, with what we're doing with the digital real estate stuff, where we even show you selling strategies. We show you one really cool selling strategy of how you can use Ignytr use your whole Ignytr footprint as a method to get a massively larger retainer for pay-per-call. I mean, we go through a lot of stuff in here, and it's some stuff you can skip. Like there might be things you're not interested. Like if you're not into the e-commerce stuff, well, we have the e-commerce training stuff. It might not be for you, but we're all about creating multiple streams. So we get involved in a lot of stuff, but the way we were able to consolidate it all is because we treat it all like an investment portfolio. It's all a digital asset. Everything we're doing is some sort of digital asset. We just find ways of making it to where we can build something that gets traffic and gets monetized, and that once we've done it, we can pretty much walk away from it. That's the goal, and that's what we do, and that's what you were getting your hands on here. And Ignytr is the central technology that makes all of it super easy to manage.
Exactly. Here was another question about Google Maps. I answered this privately, but I've seen it come up at least 3 more times. They were asking about, can this help with Google Map listings, for when people search Google, and then you get a map listings with the local businesses. Well, you still have to submit the business to Google Maps, to Google's local, right? Their own thing right there. But we've had lots of people, including ourselves, when you build an Ignytr site and you use the same city and the same business name, we have seen rankings go up significantly as well. Like all of a sudden, they weren't even showing up in the map listings. They built an Ignytr site, and anywhere from a few minutes to longer to to a couple days, they were like, "Whoa, why am I ranking now?" So it can help for sure. All right, Ben, what are you showing? You're showing the
lead rocker tool that's in here in the Academy. So this thing can pretty much like start looking for leads. So if I do, let me actually make this bigger here. If I start with something like Plumber Dallas or whatever, and I let it start running, it's going to start looking through and try to find like emails for these people. I know that's one issue that holds some people back. Like, okay, well, I've got this great ability to manage my prospecting and everything and do all this stuff in Ignytr. Well, where do I go get their emails to start doing this? Well, here you go, right here. I mean, we can dump this down to a CSV and start pumping them out like pretty quick. So we've got this tool, and it's web-based, in here for you to do that. We've got lots of different things in here that are we were trying to make it so there's no excuse for you not to be able to accomplish your goals in your business. If we have something that's an advantage to us, you have it too. That's the deal here. Like whatever we've invested heavily into doing to make our lives easier or lazier, you get the benefit of that, because we whenever we can find a way to squeeze another minute out of the day by using technology or leveraging a process, we invest in that. And then whenever we invest in that as a member of this whole thing you're getting right now, you get the benefit of that with us. You get to ride this train with us right there, right in front of you at ignytr.com/Chris. All right, let's do like a 3-minute warning, I think, here. We've kind of gone over a little bit, but that's cool. You got lots of questions. There's still like 300 plus people in here now, so we'll answer some more questions. What else do you see, Dan?
Okay, so I'm getting a couple of the same questions I've already answered, so I don't know if they just weren't paying attention at that time or they weren't there, but I might as well answer this one. I totally forgot to answer, was the duplicate content. We don't really worry about it. I mean, for years we've been talking about that. That's a myth for local, and it's never been an issue. And the reason I say for local is because that's all we've really ever tested it with, because we never needed to create content for non-local type stuff, because that wasn't what we were really doing that much. But we will say that we haven't noticed any like being dinged or anything or losing rankings when we do duplicate content, because normally, even though we just clone a lot of the sites, by just changing the city, or just changing the city actually changes up the content a little bit by just changing the city. But what we've done, not because we're scared or anything, but we're just trying to future-proof ourselves today, where we'll just clone the site for a different city, change the city name, get it ranked, then get a client, and then once we've got a client paying us money, then we'll turn back and we'll might change it up like 10, 15, 20%. Just changing up the site a little bit, adding some custom. And again, when you get a client and you add their name to the site, or you add a picture of them, or you add some types of services that they offer, or their their guarantee, or their special, or their coupon, or whatever it is, their free offer, a lot of times that's enough for it to be changed up to 20%. And again, not because Google is that we've seen like our rankings drop, only because we're trying to future-proof ourselves, because we are lazy. We keep talking about that, where we think to ourselves, well, if they ever did change it, then we want to be covered in the future, so we don't have to go back and change stuff. So that's the only reason why. Ian asked, does this work in another country besides the USA? Yes, as long as you have Google and the internet, you should be good. Or not even Google, as long as you have a search engine. Oh, and as long as you have potential customers out there. Like, it doesn't work if you're like the only person that lives on an island and you're there by yourself and there's no clients to sell to. Let's see. You see anything in there, Ben, that I didn't cover?
No, I think we've either answered it in the chat. I mean, if we've not answered your question, this is your last call. Also, if you're in, go ahead and put in the chat box. Let us know you're in, and this is your chance to let us know if you're not in, what you need to know to get off the fence one way or another. It's cool either way. If this isn't for you, it's not for you. If it is, or you don't know if it is, well, there might be one question that might help you figure that out, and we'd love to help you with that. Man, congrats on being in. See, Dell's in, Julian's in, Kelly is in, Carl is in. Man, congrats on all of you so far. You got the unlimited upgrade. Congrats. Tony is in. Ray is in. Super excited, he says. Jean-Pierre is in. Pam is in. Mike is in. Nice. All right, Katie is in. Todd is in. All right, Kenneth is in. Paul is in. And Peter is in. And Katie is in. Nice. Katie in Seattle. All right. Nice, guys. There's a few more there, and I'm losing track now. Congrats on being in. I congratulate you. If you're not in and you still think, man, I need to know if this is the right choice for me. I've heard, I stole this a long time ago from our friend Chris Winters here, but I love it. It's like, if you're on the fence, it's not good for your crotch. So I'm here to save your crotch all that extra pain and figure out what it takes to get you off that fence one way or another. So let us know.
I just want to correct you. I didn't say the word crotch. You added that part to it there. What I said, just to clarify everything here, is that if you're on the fence this long, it's uncomfortable. Just get off on either side of the fence. It's perfectly fine. We're all going to remain friends either way, but just make a decision whether you're going to be in or not. I wanted to congratulate a few more people that just got in on here. Don, Todd, Diane, Brian on here, Timothy, Larry, Bradley. So many people have gotten off the fence and gotten in on this. And I just want to mention a couple of things here. These guys get my highest endorsement. They are, if you've never heard of them before, if you're not really familiar with these two, there are two upstanding gentlemen in this industry, which is very difficult to find. They've been around for years. Dan and I have had actually quite long conversations about programmers. I've gotten some tips from him. This was quite a while ago, but know that the behind the scenes of this, they have a fully invested team, full-time team, in-house team. This is not a outsourced team that is fully invested inside this software system. And the software system is being constantly upgraded. It will continue to be upgraded and more features added to it. They're in it for the long haul. So this is not, if you purchased something before and it's like, after 4 or 5 months or 6 months, the wheels just kind of fall off. That is not going to happen here. That's the same not only with their software, but their training. Their training is constantly updated and growing. As maybe you saw in there, at one point it was probably a little bit too complex. They've listened to the members. They've made a fast track system to come in and do this thing on here. And these guys have done a fantastic job of answering all the questions so far that I've seen come in on this end of it. This is one of those things here I would never present this to you if I didn't fully endorse this. These guys are fantastic, and this stuff works. They've been doing the same thing for as long as I can remember, and they've got these sites up, and they've been up and ranking forever. And what more proof do you need than a site's ranking in 30 minutes? I mean, that's pretty phenomenal on the end of it. So anyways, if you're sitting on the fence on this end of it, now's the time. You've got our full attention here. And remember, when this is over with, when we get off of this call, that special of the unlimited licenses goes away. Is that right, guys?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to miss this. So pay attention to this. While you're here, this is your chance to get it, and you don't want to miss this. I mean, once that whole thing self-destructs and hits zero, you can get in later, and you'll be getting a great deal, but you won't get this deal. So this is your chance to grab it right here, right now. So don't let that thing self-destruct on you. Grab it and run with it. Remember, that's the only two things you got to do.
Yep. I'll just answer somebody in the chat box right there. All right. Well, somebody here had asked, kind of answered this one already, but I don't know. Maybe somebody else has this question as well. They're asking well, we kind of mentioned you don't even have to have a domain name in order to do this. And the reality is we do this ourselves, but we also do an Ignytr site, which is a domain or a subdomain at least. But we've had customers that are I don't even want to deal with building a site. Well, our training, our digital monopoly, and the Google Love course teaches you how you can do all this without even having a domain, which they're well, how do you do that? Promoting somebody else's? No, you don't promote somebody else's domain. All you need to do is create some YouTube videos. You can create some WordPress.com sites, and .com is different than the .org. .com is, hosted on WordPress's own site, own service, and they're hosting it. You can use things like Medium. I mean, there's so many different ways you could do this, and this is all in the training. So you could do all that, and you don't even have to spend a dime. I mean, heck, you could use, and again, we recommend using at least Twilio or, Callzoo or something like that, using Twilio, or some other service out there. But you could also do it for free using Google Voice, which, we don't recommend just using.
I don't recommend it. If you've got Callzoo, you've already got a powerhouse, and that's usually what we recommend people use is to make it easy on yourself. Make it easy on yourself. Let the technology do all that hard work. And the rest is you just figuring out how to piece together the strategy that will get you paid the way you're most comfortable with. And we've got all that here laid out for you right here in this screen in front of you. It's all laid out for you to easily go and just go. I mean, by this time tomorrow, you can have this whole thing laid out and ready to go and ready to sell. I mean, you just saw us do that for that Baltimore orthodontics site, just in front of you. We did that in front of you. How many people actually have the balls and the audacity to do that? All right, to actually go and just say, we're going to go and publish this thing and come back and check it right in front of you. I mean, there was a good chance we could have just not ranked that thing and not seen those results happen that fast and just fell flat on our face. But that's how confident we are in what this technology does. We are that confident in it that we are not scared, and we don't even blink or flinch a moment to show it right in front of you live without blurring a bunch of crap. And without doing ridiculous, dumb keywords like, 24-hour emergency dentist who is open after 3 a.m., and say, look, we just ranked that keyword. No, we showed you real buyer intent keywords. That's what you are able to do now when you grab this and run with it. That's what you are now able to do. And that's the superpower you have just grabbed if you have already gotten this, if you've taken advantage of this deal, because that's what we're here to make happen for you. And these will stick, and these will help you get paid. So this time tomorrow, you can have those results. You can have those results and be ready to sell it and use Ignytr to do it. I mean, this can be as fast as you want to grab this and run with it. That's it. Simple as that.
Yep. Yeah, I think we answered everything in there, unless there's something in there you guys can see that we might have missed. some of the questions coming in or stuff that we've already covered. They might have came in late or something.
No, I don't see, unless I miss anything, I don't see anything. So, I mean, I think we're ready to start wrapping this up now. Chris, do you see anything that we missed?
I'm looking through here, and I think you guys have done a great job of answering this. I see there's more and more people that just said, I'm in. Congratulations. Like I said, Brian, Suzanne, Jerry on here, another Chris, great first name. Congratulations. So there's more people that just got off the fence, and right now is your last chance to get off the fence. Either way, just make a decision. These guys are the real deal. What you've seen here today is something that's unique. You're not going to see anything like this anywhere else. It's something that they've been doing for years. I fully endorse their training on here. So as far as that goes of it, why don't you guys go ahead and wrap this up, take us home.
All right. Well, guys, I've had a good time today, man. I always love hanging out with Chris and your crowd here, man. This is so much fun for us to be able to share like what our kind of life's work is. So I hope you've gotten some value from this. I hope you picked up something. I hope you've had a chance to decide whether this is right for you or not. And if it is, I congratulate you on getting in. You're going to love this. We're going to support you all the way to the success you're aiming for. I know that because that's what we do. And man, I got nothing else to add. I hope you guys enjoyed today, and I hope you start igniting your business even more now. This has been Littlefield, reminding you to keep on rocking.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, everybody. Be a rockstar in your business and your life.